806 North Juanita was one where we were a bit smarter about it and set out with a kind of more modest budgetary ambitions from the outset. And but our planning ideas were more adventurous, let's say. We were surprised to find that just simply following the zoning guidelines that were quite strict in the city, the massing and the parking arrangement and everything else were more or less blocked out for us, and we were unable to operate very freely within that those constraints. But what that left us with was basically a two-story volume within the setback envelope of the site, which we then took as a kind of a free zone. And what we did was we thought of each of the two units as a certain volume of space within which we slung a couple of mezzanine structures, and then divided all of the spaces that were then defined by those mezzanine structures with sliding glass doors, so that the entire space, you'd still be able to feel the entire openness of the whole space. And then within the free space we have chunks of solid, related to the bathrooms and closets and such. So each one has an opening at one end, and then we have little slot windows that are sprinkled throughout the short sides. But the primary focus and orientation is toward the glazing at one end. What we were trying to do there was to introduce the loft organization into a suburban context. The word loft had already been appropriated by the real estate folks, but what that meant to them was maybe some exposed brick. Actually, in the end, loft meant nothing. They had diffused the term beyond the first understanding of it from New York, where you had a through flat, with elevator and stair access in the middle, and light at either end. We tried to strike a sort of a balance between seeing platforms in the space and the openness that would flow all the way through, and a sense of at least sound privacy, because the sliding glass doors are double glazed, and allow them to determine the level of privacy that they required. And they're not really that big. Each one's about 2,000 square feet.